y'all, it's Kate from the Literary Apothecary and welcome back to my channel. Do I have a fun video for you all today? Well, at least I think it's fun. I hope you guys find it fun. So if you've been watching my channel, you've seen my series, Books My Boyfriend Gave Me series, where I review books that I've gotten from John. And so today will mark 2 years since I've met John. It's our anniversary. Yes, it's Halloween. It's our anniversary. It's a fantastic day. I thought, what better way to celebrate our anniversary, our 2-year anniversary, than giving you my favorites, the best of books my boyfriend gave me. So today I'm going to talk about some of the most memorable books that I've gotten from John. Let's just start off with a bang. My favorite book I read from this series so far is A Storm of Swords by George R. R. Martin. This is, I think, book 3 or 4 in the Song of Ice and Fire series. I forget which one it is. And this one just blew me away. I was amazed by this book. Like, I love the entire series. There was a Clash of Kings I didn't love as much as the other 4 books. 5 books? I forget how many there are. I think there's 5 so far in that series. But I loved all of the books. I love this series as a whole. But when I read A Storm of Swords, my mind was absolutely blown. Absolutely my favorite book that I've read so far in this Books My Boyfriend Gave Me series. One of my favorite reads this entire year. Definitely up on the top of the list, and I was just completely blown away by that book. Next up, we have the most unique book that I've been given by John. That is one of the very, very first books, maybe even the first book, I forget, that he gave me. That's The Insider by Ridley Pearson. Now, this is unique for a couple different reasons. First of all, it's the last book in its series, and John suggested I just, start there and read the other books when I can, instead of waiting till I have the rest of the series or, going in series order, which was a very confusing experience for me because that book, as most last in the series books are, was written assuming that you knew things already because they were already explained in earlier books. We have already met characters in earlier books. And so it was confusing at first, very confusing, but also unique because of the concept in this series. Basically, our characters are high school kids, but they're also Disney holograms that give tours around the different parks, and they have to essentially interact with their holograms to save the Disney parks from the Disney villains. And it was a fun series to read. Completely unique, totally different than anything I had ever read before, which is why it gets the spot of most unique book. Next up, we have the creepiest book, and that is by far Flowers in the Attic by V.C. Andrews. This book was so creepy. I had a hard time reading this book. It was so creepy. And I did read book 2, and I do have books 3 and 4 in that series. I will get to them eventually sometime, but first book, The Flowers in the Attic, is by far the creepiest book John's given me so far. Most nostalgic is the Chronicles of Narnia series. Now, when I was a kid, I didn't read all of the Chronicles of Narnia books. At least I don't remember reading them all, but I did read some of them, like the classic Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And so listening to this series on audiobook just brought me back to my childhood and made me so nostalgic. The funniest book that I got from John is a book titled Can Holding in a Fart Kill You? And this was a book all about, it was basically questions and answers of some of the craziest, zaniest questions and the scientific answers for it. And I learned a lot reading this book, but it also made me laugh a lot, especially when I got to questions like can holding a fart in kill you? And then last but not least, I have the most passionate book, a book that John chose because of a shared passion that we have, and that is we promised you a great main event. This is the WWE history book, and I really enjoyed reading this. It combined two of my passions, really, history and WWE, into one book, and I learned a lot, and this was just at the start of my WWE fandom, really, so I really enjoyed learning about the history of WWE in this aspect. So those are some of my favorite books my boyfriend gave me, books. Let me know in the comments below what has been your favorite review I've done from this series. All of the reviews that I've done for these books, I will link down in the description below. As always, my Patreon and my Discord information will be in the description below. Keep reading, and I love you all to the moon and back. Bye.